Warning: this episode contains images of bones that may be disturbing to some. Viewer discretion is advised. Friday, July 22nd, 1990, in Monroe Township in Pennsylvania, 2 children were hunting for berries by Road 535 in a remote forested area of Monroe Township, 3 miles south of 180 near Reedsburg, a not well-traveled and secluded area of crossing Penny Creek. The children were crossing the railroad trestle, to which they thought they saw a deer lying in a steam bed. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be a body of a woman laying face down in muddy water. She was a white female who died between 4 to 8 weeks, or between 6 to 8 weeks. She suffered blunt force trauma on the right side of her skull, and it was noticed that her right leg was broken. She was between 15 to 40 years, although some sources say 15 to 22 years. She was between 4'10" and 5 feet. She weighed between approximately 105 pounds to 120 pounds. She had long dark brown hair, and her eye color was unknown at the time. Her dentals are available, and upon closer inspection, forensics showed that she came from an area with fluoride in the water. However, she had no fillings and no sign of decay, stating that she must have had access to medical care to keep her teeth well preserved. On the upper right side, she had a chipped tooth, and one front tooth was short and stubby. She still had one of her upper baby teeth behind an adult one. The adult one had grown, however, the baby tooth did not fall out, as well as one of her upper tooth was 90% rotated. The clothing that was found on her was a size 9 to 10 Gitano jeans, a size 7 Fruit of the Loom panties, and a black Stoplight California short sleeve button-down shirt with an attached flora vest, as well as a penny was found in each of her jeans pocket, eventually given the name Penny Doe, and DNA are currently available for comparison. Although this is the only fact that we have, there is still speculation. Authorities believe that the woman is not from the local area. However, the killer is local due to how remote the area was on where her body was found, and to know that it wasn't well traveled, you needed to be from the area. Many authorities believe that she was from Clarion County, that they are convinced the individual who had contact with her and can help with the identification of her and her killer. They also do believe that she was in Clarion County at least a month before her death. One big theory is Memorial Day concert, which was on May 27th, which around 5,100 people attended, which is a day-long outdoor rock concert, which was held around 15 miles away from where she was found, which is now known as Music Alley. And this event included many bands such as The Stand and Down to Wire. Music Alley was only 5 minutes away from exit 6 of 180, and it drew crowds from all over the country such as Pittsburgh and Ohio. Although there is no solid proof, it does seem to match with the timeline of when they found Jane Doe deceased, and although there is absolutely no proof, there has been some witnesses. DNA testing ended up stating that she grew up in the southeastern part of the USA. According to Web Sleuths, somebody thought that the broken leg was either a healed fracture or was it just a broken leg from her attack. Because her cause of death was eventually ruled as blunt force trauma to the head, could the broken leg be part of the attack, or was it a healed fracture from when she was alive? As well as some believe that maybe the locals knew the killer, but they were afraid, as this can be in some sort of freak accident that happened during the event. Now, looking at the pennies, many do believe, as do I, that it's very odd to have one penny in each pocket. So going back, it could be a symbolic message from Greek mythology that the dead were buried with coins to help pay their way across the river Styx. But it also could mean that in some religions, having your pockets completely empty is a sign of bad luck, and even having pennies in there is a sign of good luck. Or we could all be just looking into this too far, and her pockets could have been, and everything in her pockets could have been stolen except for the pennies, which the killer possibly did not need or want. Now on to another theory. The railroad tracks were nearby, so that could be a sign that she either was a drifter or she was put into sex trafficking. I personally think she might have been fleeing from somewhere, and she saw the tracks as a way to get herself to somewhere known if she was kidnapped, as she wasn't wearing any shoes or socks. She could have just tried to escape from somewhere, and her attacker caught up with her and ended up hitting her over the head. And it could be the reason maybe she also got a broken leg, or maybe that fracture could have been from abuse that she stemmed from before. So it could be either a kidnapping, or she was fleeing from an abusive relationship, or she did not know where she was when she was attacked. So which could also possibly be as her killer or herself could have been a railway worker, and some accident could have happened where she hit her head and she passed away there. Or it could have even been an accident from the concerts, like I stated before. Or she could have easily been hanging out with the wrong crowd. In the summer of 2002, authorities received an anonymous letter about the girl in the mail. Law enforcement ended up putting up a plea, asking the author to contact them again. However, there has been no new information upon that letter that they received in 2002, and no one has came up to claim that they wrote the letter. I personally believe that the letter sent was something that the killer must have known, stating that the police knew something that they haven't let out yet, as they did plea for the author to come and contact them again. So it stems that she could have possibly had family and somebody knew her identity, that somebody out there knows who she is. Even though this is all the theories that we have, I would like to say the rule out list that has officially been confirmed from my research through Crime Watchers, Web Sleuths, and Reddit, of the rule outs that have been confirmed not to be Penny Doe. Tracy Crone, Pennsylvania. Don Mazzino, Pennsylvania. Tamara Porin, Pennsylvania. Beverly Sharpman, Pennsylvania. Barbara Schumack, Pennsylvania. Ann Manchester, Delaware. Beverly Potts, Ohio. Michelle Richardson, Texas. Barbara Ann Bruno, New York. Donna Bayer, Wisconsin. And Patricia Meehan from Minnesota. Now I'd like to say onto my list of possibilities that may or may not be Penny Doe that I could find. Nellie Florence Flickinger, who also went by the name of Lindy Sue Henry, Pennsylvania. Jenny Marie Scrima, Pennsylvania. Alicia Bernice Markovic, Pennsylvania. Diana Lynn Miller, Pennsylvania. Jeanette Rose Dolge, Ohio. Sheila Gale Pierce, West Virginia. Connie Faye Gregory, who also went by the name of Faye Kipper, Kentucky. Meredith Ann Medina, Oklahoma. Maria Gabriela Medina, California. Wendy Jamie Abrams, California. Marilyn Roberts, Massachusetts. Darcy Ward, Wisconsin. Sherry Mahan. Maria Montana. And Barbara Miller. Currently, that's all the information that we have on Penny Doe. And even though Penny is an actual name, we still don't know the identity of our Penny Doe. I just wanted to thank everyone for taking the time to hear this case, and I would love to hear your theories down below. As well, if you like content similar to this one, please give this a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.